Hello there, peoples of the internet. It is your boy, as always, that Geek Guy 24, back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Age of Extinction leader class, Optimus Prime. So if you had missed that initial unboxing video, link for that will be in the description down below. So you can take a look at that first if you want to, whatever you want to do. So yeah, here he is. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box. As always, to start off these videos, here is the box. Transformers Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. You have a nice silhouette of Prime here. Nice little wraparound artwork here. If you can get it. Nice little wraparound artwork, which is actually pretty cool, as well as the truck. They have the night sky of wherever they filmed. Back there, Transformers Studio Series leader class. On this side of the box, you have Optimus Prime, right there, Studio Series Age of Extinction, Transformers. Top of the box, Transformers Age of Extinction. Bottom of the box, where it says barcodes. A clip fell out, I think, I don't know. And back of the box, you have the obligatory product shots, as well as a little sentence bio right up top there. Optimus Prime battles lockdown as he's hunted by cemetery wind. So there you have that, as well as an on-screen model of Optimus right there. So there you have that. So moving right along, here is the Transformers leader class Optimus Prime as he appeared in The Last Night and Age of Extinction. So here he is in his Western Star truck mode, looking really cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the details here. In the front grille, not in focus. The front grille there, looking nice. You have the nice little molded Autobot logo here. A little bit of paint chippage, but it's fine. Some nice flaming goodness there. Tires painted out in silver. Some nice with that blue. Right, one thing I did like about this truck mode is how the blue just transfers into the red for the flames. Looks really cool. Like the little bit of contrast or detail. Have some logo right there. Western Star OP Optimus Prime Western Star badge right up in there. Some nice molded details going all along this figure here. The gas tanks right there. Some more silver paint for the rims. Western Star logo. Focus camera, there you go. Then you have the back, looking pretty clean actually. Looks really nice. You have the 6 smokestacks, looking great. The trailer hitch right up in there. You have some of that vehicle mode detailing, which is pretty cool. There's the top, there's the side, the back, the front, the other side, and the bottom. Everything pretty compacts fairly well, and he's pretty sturdy in vehicle mode. I can give him a squeeze and then he won't come explode like the other one would. But that's basically it for the truck mode. So let's get down to some comparisons. Here he is with the original Age of Extinction Galvatron, so you can see how those two scale up, and they look pretty good together. That's pretty much the scale right there. This one is a little bit taller as far as the cab goes, so I think that works. Just for fun, here he is with the original helicopter drift, so you can see how that works out. And again, just for fun, here he is with the one-step changer, I believe, the kid toy version of Hound. So there you have that. Obviously, clearly not the scale. I do want the Wei Zhang version though, which looks really cool. Here he is with a modern day deluxe figure, which I got today, so you can see how those two scale together. And probably the most important comparison, here he is compared to the original The Last Night Optimus Prime, so you can see how those two scale up. Very different, as you can see, as far as paint goes, molding goes. As you can see, odds and ends, what is what, who is who, and there you have that. So as far as storage goes for the vehicle mode for the weapons, here's everything compacted in. It just plugs in right here to this port, and then just plop it in right there. Typical Optimus Prime weapon storage. We'll take a look at these more in detail in robot mode. Almost let out. Speaking of robot mode, let's go ahead and get down to the transformations. So, oh wait, he does roll real fast. All 6 wheels roll, which is crazy. Very smooth. Very obviously pinned wheels, which is great. And he is pretty dense in this mode too. He has a lot more weight to him than the original one did. So let's get down to the transformations. So let's start off with the roof. So the roof just plugs in right up in here. There's a couple tabs. Just gotta like get your nail in there and untab it just like so. This tabs in right up in there. Get these side bits here, untab them much like the original version, and then you can get this out more because these clip in right up there for vehicle mode. And make sure these are all the way compressed backwards when going into vehicle mode. You want the hinges lined up like so. And then just bring them back up so you can get some clearance, so you can get started on the legs. And I like how this figure transforms. It transforms with like two sections, basically the lower half and the upper half of the body, so you don't have to like worry about anything colliding with each other really. So you just want to split the legs down the middle like so, then you just want to let's start get started on the legs here. So you want to bring this wheel section outward, bring the trailer hitch in like so, bring these gas cans back so they just sit flat, bring these around again, and these will just wrap around the gas canisters and sit flush like so. Bring this down, rotate, bring this around, and there you have that. That's how you want that orientated. Then you just want to bring this little panel out, fold this in, and then I forget which way, this way, and then you just kind of want to just collapse it and then bring it around, wrap it around the foot. It should tab in, there it goes, it just tabs in like so. And then you just want to, I forget which way to rotate it sometimes, rotate it around like so, and there you have a leg all done. That's how you kind of want that compacted, which works really well. So if you want to, you can just rotate this first, and then let's see here, bring the wheel section down, trailer hitch, bring this section down to where it's flat, wrap this around the leg again, splay the feet out, open this panel, flatten this out. Which way did I do it? I forgot. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to rotate this out and then tab it in. This one wasn't, there you go, it did it. This one doesn't really like to tab in right here. It does on this end, you can see it clearly, but not on this end for some reason. It's weird, but anyways, it's fine. Just rotate the foot, and there you have the legs all done. And you can have kind of like a GERT truck going on there. So there you have the lower body all done. And now for the upper body, just want to flip the skirt piece down. Actually, no, before we do that, we want to rotate the legs. They're 180, so they can, so it looks like this. Then you can flip the skirt piece down just like so. It is on a double hinge, so just make sure it's down all the way. Bring the section up of the roof like so, then just kind of unlock these from the cabs. It is a clear plastic, so just pay attention for that. It is pretty thick though, so I wouldn't worry about anything breaking. And then we can get started on the arms. So the arms, and I want to unpeg these panels from the arms itself. Fold, can't really see what I'm doing, fold these inward like so. Same thing to the other side. It's kind of tight on my copy. And then you just want to extend the arms all the way, well, 90 degrees, until you need to untab this from the arm itself. Bring the arm all the way around to where it's facing forward, and just extend it out, relax that shoulder pad in. There you have an arm all set and done for now. Do the same thing to the other side, rotate it around like so, and there you have that all set up. Now we can work on the front half of the truck here. So you just want to like let's see, take these out from the grill here, and that will in turn free up all of this. So you just want to bring that up, have it out of the way for now. Oh yeah, flip these panels down because you're gonna get in the way of this bit step right here. Fold these fenders into the body, which I do quite a clever bit of transformation here. They will just lock in like that. Flip these side skirt pieces down, and there you have that look going on. Then raise the camera up just a little bit so I got some room to operate. It's a little too far up, my bad. That will have to do for now. Okay, And then you just want to bring this section up till it's flush like that. Why is the camera's doing that? Okay, that works. Then you just want to let's see, bring this all the way down, and then leave it. Don't tab it in because these sections are going to tab in like that. And then you can in turn, yeah, fold this back in. Okay. In turn, make sure these are at a slight angle so you can bring them into the body here. Slight angle, bring them into the body. This is okay. You have a couple of connection points here. See these tabs right here? You can't really see it. There you go, you kind of see it. These tabs on either side will go into the back of the smokestacks, like so. Then these will just tab in to the backs of the pecs, just like so. Make sure there's no gap. It'll close up more once we get further in. Then there you have that. And then for this section here, we just want to bring these out. Bring it. There you go. Bring it out. Flip this grill section in. Rotate it. Bring it down. And then you just want to fold these side panels here in, just like so. We tab in to the sides, right up in there. Tab it in, and there you go. And that is basically, this one it's not tabbing in, I don't know why. It's never done that before. I don't know. That's weird. It's never done that before. I sneeze. Okay, my bad. I had to sneeze. But after you get those two tabs secured, just like so, everything should line up pretty good. And there you have Age of Extinction Leader Prime in his robot mode, and he looks amazing in my opinion. Really, really well done. I love the silhouette of the body here. How the back cable doesn't intervene with like the front on like shot. Like especially these bits here, they just curve so well into the body. Just looks really, really good in my opinion. I do quite like how this figure looks. So just getting closer on some details here. Have some head mold right there. Looks really, really cool in my opinion. Some more paint would have been nice, but it's alright. Some blue for the face, some of the lighter blue for the eyes there. Have the pecs with the flamey goodness, tiny little Autobot logo right there. Some gold for the abdomen, and it's alright. Like I feel like I could have used just a tad bit more paint, but it's okay. It casts just enough shadow to where the detail isn't lost, because he is pretty mechanical in the previous two live action movies from the Bayverse. So you have some more of that gray there, some blues, some reds, some more blues and reds. You have the hands sculpted nicely. You have some more mechanical details going along the thigh. Some gold, some silver, of course some vehicle mode cable, which hides away pretty good in my opinion. Compacts pretty well. So a little bit of a backpack, but we'll talk about that later because there's something you can do with it. But overall, it looks really, really nice in my opinion. Looks really, really cool. So articulation wise here, the head is on a ball joint. Can get some wiggle movement there. Can look up, and not so much. Can look down, not so much. Head can rotate a lot better than your previous iterations of this figure. Pretty much all you really need, to be honest, which looks really great. Arms can do a full 360. This little shoulder pad can move to accommodate the outward movement of the arm, and it can shift downwards, but that's more for transformation. But the other transformation, you have a double jointed elbow, looking nice as well. I mean, pretty much all you need. Some wrist rotation, which is thankfully here. The hands can open and close, just like so. And if you want to, you can tilt the fist inward. There's something you can do with this as well. And I do have, really quick, I do like how the arms basically come out of nowhere. There's no kibble present on the arms, which I do quite love. You do have a waist rotation, pretty good, pretty expressive. Legs can go forward about that far, can go back only about that far, but we'll talk about it a little bit, outward about that far. Can do the full splits. You have a the waist joint is pretty tight, so you kind of have to like hold the leg while you're rotating the other one. You have thigh rotation, which is kind of tight. Knee bend, despite all the kibble, you do get a firm 90 degrees of bend there at the leg. The ankles can, I forgot to mention that these actually tab in for transformation, so just like give it a tilt, and then he is like fully operational ankle tilt all the way. And the toes can move down, the heel can move down if you do so need it to. But there you have that. Now, as far as the backpack goes, there's something you can do with this. Just untab these two sections right here, bring it up. It is on the mushroom peg, see it right there. So just give it a light push. No need to use a lot of force, it is pretty loose. And then you can chuck this off to the side. Don't lose it because you will need it. And that looks a whole lot better. And the legs can go back a lot farther than having the backpack on. But there you have that. And the arms still move freely, as normal. And one thing I do kind of like is how the flames on here are present. Like they should be here, but I kind of like how they kind of like manipulated it to have it here. I don't know, it's like a little bit of a detail thing right there, but it looks pretty cool. Now, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna leave it back on because of some other stuff that is needing to happen that includes the backpack. So snap that. That's not even on all the way. Oops. Snap it back on. Snap it. Snap it. There you go. Snap it back on. Tab it in. Tab it in. Tab it in. There you go. Now let's take a look at the weapons here. Now for weapons, got his shield, his sword, and then his Bumblebee Killer dagger. Basically, this is all you get with Prime. Pretty much all you get for the accessories. The Sword of Judgment looks really, really nice. You have that nice knight, King Arthur style handle. The nice detailed blade, some red. And this can detach to fit your other figures if you do want the wielding the Sword of Judgment as well. The other little knife, or dagger rather, whatever you want to call it, Bumblebee Killer, whatever. I do like how they included it, even though this I mean, people call it Bumblebee Killer. I'm calling it the one he used to fight Galvatron with, so it's whatever. Would have been nice if they did like a little bit of orange line up there, but it's fine. Looks really cool. You can't even see it painted in silver. The shield looks really, really cool. Very well detailed. Some red there. Looks really, really cool. There's something else you can do with this. Then the little block. This block is very important. Do not lose this block. Now for the shield, for the gun, you just kind of have to like unpeg it from itself. There's two holes right there, and then the peg, and then there you go. There is the gun that he used. This looks really cool. You can't really get it to that little X position that he had. This is the best I can do with it, but when he was fighting Lockdown, but there you go. See the gun. It looks really, really cool. You have the triple barrel blaster. It is just one little piece there, so there you go. Then you have that. Kind of wish these were on sliders or hinges. Don't really like taking it apart every time, but it's cool nonetheless. Now for this piece right here, we got to turn Prime around. There is a peg exposed when you lift this up, and that's the one thing I don't really like about this figure is how the silhouette is kind of ruined because you have to bring this up if you want the weapon stored. So let's get those weapons stored. You have a peg, typical. You know how it works. The sword just slides right in there. The shield pegs in like so. And this tab, if you don't want to store it here, because you will end up messing up that paint, you can always use this tab and then use this slot right up in here on the shield. and then that pegs in securely, and then you can just plug it in back there, tilt the sword however you want, and there you have all the weapons stored on him, which gives him an even larger backpack. So if you want that, look, go right ahead. Let's tilt it this way. There you go. But I mean, yeah, I wish there was a way you could store weapons without using the backpack, but yeah, don't really like it. But of course, if you want him wielding the sword, you can have him wielding the sword. Just kind of like push it in there, like so. Give him the shield, like so. And there you go. There is Prime wielding the sword of judgment and the shield. So there you have that, and that looks cool. That looks cool. I do quite like that. That's being the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail right there. That's the thumbnail. That looks cool. That is cool. And of course, there's something else you can do with the downward. You can have him point, which is nice. Everyone likes when the figure can point. So there you go. There's him pointing into battle. So there you have that. And he can get him into some pretty decent poses with that added bit of wrist rotation. For the sake of it, let's just give him the Bumblebee Killer, the Galvatron sword that he lost in Age of Extinction. So it just plugs in right there on either arm. Just bring this in, and then there's a little tab right up in there that you can use to plug it on either hand. So there you have that. Now for some comparisons. Here he is with Voyager Galvatron from the Age of Extinction original, and I think that scale is pretty good. I think it's supposed to be taller than Prime anyway, so that's a pretty good scale. I unfortunately do not have a lockdown, so I cannot show you a lockdown, so apologies for that. I'm really hoping that Studio Series redoes that figure like it did this, which one was it? I forget which figure it was that they redid, but I hope they do it with the lockdown as well. Here he is with Age of Extinction Stinger Studio Series. Here he is with Leadfoot, because he technically was in Age of Extinction in that one scene. He was in the movie. He was in the movie. Here he is with his brother-in-arms, Ratchet. Here he is with Grimlock, so you can see how those two scale together. Obviously, he is taller than Prime. And last but not leastly, here he is with the original The Last Knight Optimus Prime, so you can see how those two scale. He's a little bit taller just due to his leg proportion, but you can see what is what, who is who, odds and ends, things and stuff. So there you have that. So there you go, peoples of the internet. There is the Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. And yeah, it's a really good figure in my opinion. I do love it very much. At first I was skeptical about it because from some images that I saw, I really didn't think it was worth that leader class price point, but now having it in hand, I think it was worth it. I did get it on discount, so it was like $10 off, so that's good. But yeah, I think it's a really good figure in my opinion. I do quite. He got stuck on the wall again. That's like the third time this happened, but I think it's a really good figure in my opinion. Overall, sculpting wise, 10 out of 10. Paint wise, could have used a little more. Give it a solid 8 out of 10. Accessories, 10 out of 10. Articulation, 10 out of 10. So overall, I would give this figure a 9 out of 10. It's a very well put together figure in my opinion. Do quite like it. Like I said, a little disappointed about the packaging. Since it is Studio Series, kind of wish he had a little backdrop included with him. I don't really use them, but still, it would have been nice. Even the street scene would have been nice, or even the fight with the forest with the Dinobots would have been nice too. Either one. Just kind of wish he had something to like go with the Studio Series look. I mean, it is pretty accurate, but still, would have been nice. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So, like I said, 9 out of 10. I do highly recommend you try and find one. I got this one from Amazon, so if you can find one on Amazon right now, it's like the price of a regular leader class, like $54. go ahead and get one. It's worth it. So that's basically it. So subscribe if you have not already. Turn on the notifications so you can stay tuned on what's to come, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully we'll be taking a look at the new sites or figure that I got. So peace out, stay safe, and till all are one.